classes and we'll be going one after the other. So yeah, Anand, we'll start off with your questions.
Yes.
Ma'am, the syllabus is still week 8.
No, week 9 also.
Week 7, 8, and 9.
No, 1 to 9.
Oh, okay. So I'm talking about this. Okay, is my screen visible? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first, I'm going to discuss about week 7 PPA 2. Okay. So then after that, I will discuss week 7 GPA 1. Okay. Later, week 9 PPA 2. Okay. So these questions I will discuss. Okay. So first, so this one. So this is GPA 1 in week 7. Okay. So GPA 1. Okay, of week 7. Okay. Yeah. See, this is the problem description. So see, recall that Java throws an arithmetic exception if there is an attempt to divide by 0. Okay. So this is what predefined exception. So whenever you try to perform division by 0, like 10 by 0, okay, or 2 by 0, like this. Okay. So this is the predefined exception. Okay, automatically raised. Okay, whenever the numerator is 0 while performing division operation. Okay, sorry, denominator is 0 while performing division operation. Okay, similar to this. Okay, so we can generate an exception if there is a division by 3. Okay, here there is no predefined exception to generate division by to generate an exception. So that exception is division exception. Okay, so whenever hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So while performing division operation, if denominator is 3, then I want to generate my user defined exception. So that is what division exception. So here, see here, we can generate an exception if there is a division by 3. Okay, if your denominator is 3, so while performing division operation, then I want to generate my user defined exception, division exception. Okay, here given 2 integers as input. Okay, here, so 2 integers given as a input. So complete Java code given below to generate such an exception. So here my exception is division exception. So I want to raise this exception explicitly. So whenever the denominator is 0, sorry, denominator is 0. Okay. So if denominator is 0, already we have arithmetic exception. So we no need to raise this exception. Okay, automatically it will rise automatically. Okay, by the Java runtime environment. But so division by 3, so there is no division by 3 exception. Okay, predefined exception. So I want to raise an exception whenever denominator is 3. So this is the division exception I want to raise explicitly. Okay, explicitly. Okay, so see here. Here first create a class division exception that extends exception class. So here exception is a predefined class. This is available in java.lang package. Okay, so this is base class for all exception classes. Okay, so in order to create user defined exception, you should create a class that should extend by the exception class, and override toString method, okay, to display. So whenever, okay, you display this division exception object, then, okay, it should display this division by 3 is not allowed string. So that's why you should override this toString method, okay, and return this division by 3 is not allowed as a return, okay, return statement for this toString method. Okay, so next we have test method. In the test, define divide method. Okay, so here int a comma int b, these two are the, okay, inputs. Okay, we should perform division operation on this a and b. Okay, these two parameters. Okay, to return a divided b. Okay, so if b value is not equal to 3, okay, if here the value of b is not equal to 3, it should return a divided by b. Okay, if it is, okay, if the value of b is 3, okay, value of b is 3, then throw what, so division exception explicitly, okay, instance of division exception. So this is my user defined exception. Okay, now inside main, invoke divide x comma y. Okay, this method we need to call in the main method. Okay, so to perform the division operation. Okay, so this is, okay, the description. Okay, see, this is the template code. Okay, so this is the template code. So here we should create what, division exception, then we should define the divide method like this. Okay, so is it clear? First, the problem statement. If you have any doubts in the problem statement, you can ask. Otherwise, I will go to code. Anybody, please respond. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, it is fine. You continue.
Okay, so template code I copied to Eclipse. So yeah, see here. Okay, so first we need to define my user defined exception class. So my user defined exception class is what, division exception. Okay, so class division exception. So it should extend from exception class. Okay, so see here instructions are given now. So create a class division exception that extends class exception. Okay, next we should override what, toString method, and it should return the string what, division by 3 is not allowed. Okay, so here I'm overriding what, toString method, public string toString, and return this one. Okay, sorry, so division by 3 not allowed. Okay, so one task is completed. Okay, so one subtask, not full task, subtask is completed. So we created what, user defined exception with the name division exception, and overridden what, toString method. Next, so in class test, okay, define divide method. Okay, divide method. So see here, see, define divide method. So public, so I'm defining it as a static one. So I don't want to create an object while calling this divide method. So that's why, so I'm defining it as a static method. Okay, public static. So it should return, no, so it should return a by b. Okay, so here the return type is what, integer. Okay, so int, so divide. Okay, yeah, Now, so first we should check. Okay. So we should check whether B is 3 or not. If B is 3, okay. So in this divide method, okay, in this divide method, okay. So what we have to do? So we should return A by B if B is not equal to 0. If B is 3, we should, okay, throw what? Division exception. Okay. So if B is 3, throw, okay, throw new division exception. Okay, division exception. So here we should, okay, handle this division exception, or we can, okay, so throw it. So throws division exception. So this is checked exception now. So as it is checked exception, we should handle or we can throw it. So here throws division exception. We should add this. Okay. Yeah. So here I'm throwing this exception. So if B is equal to 3, otherwise, else we should return A divided by, that's it. Okay. See here, first I'm going to check here whether B is 3 or, so if it is 3, we should, okay, generate, we should raise an exception explicitly. Okay, because this is not predefined exception. So this is user defined exception. We want to raise whenever the denominator is, okay, denominator is 3. Okay, so I'm explicitly, okay, raising this exception whenever this B is equal to 3. Otherwise, we should return A divided by. Okay, so is it clear? Any doubts here? Hello, please respond anyone.
No,
It's
no,
not clear?
yeah.
No, sir. Nicely explained. Thanks.
Okay. So we should call this method. Okay. So these two methods are, okay, in the same class. And this is static one and this is static one. So we can call directly this divide method. Okay. So divide of, here we should pass x comma y. So here I'm reading x and y. Okay. X and y. Yeah. See here, while calling this method is throwing what? Division exception. Okay, division exception. So division, as it is division exception, and this is checked exception because this division exception is extended from exception class. Okay, so we should handle this exception or we should throw it. But here we should handle this exception. Okay, because here we should display, okay, we should display what? This division exception object. So whatever, okay, the here whatever the object we are, okay, throwing here, we should display the content of this division exception message. So we should handle it. We should not throw it here. Okay, so here I'm throwing this, here I'm handling this one. See, x comma y. Okay, I'm calling in the try block. Okay, so now your control will come to here. Okay, your control will come to here. If B is, okay, not equal to 3, then it will return A divided by B. If B is equal to 3, then what happened? Here you are throwing what? Division exception. Okay, from method body to method signature. Okay, now from here you are throwing this division exception to main method. Okay, to main method. In main method, what happened? You called this method in try block. No, immediately it will come out from the try block and it is going to, okay, search for the corresponding catch block here. Okay, so division exception is there. No, so here it will come to this catch block. So here we should display the object of this division exception. That's it. Okay, so here we should display the return value of this divide method. No? So write it in system.out.println. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to run this one. Let's see, 10, 3. See, division by 3 is not allowed because here x value is 10 and y value is 3. Okay, y value is 3. So here in try block, you are going to call divide method. Okay, divide method. So x is 10, y is 3. Now control will come to this divide method. Okay, now a is initialized with 10, b is initialized with 3. Now b contains value 3. Okay, so 3 is equal to 3, no? So immediately it will throw an exception from method body to method signature. Okay, from method signature to, okay, it will rethrow this division exception to the main method. So it will come to here. Now from try block to, okay, catch block it will. So here the exception is throwing, no, from division divide method to, okay, main method. Okay, so here division exception is thrown from here to here. Now immediately, okay, from try block to, okay, it will control will come from try block to corresponding catch block, and it will display the, okay, whatever the message, whatever the message in the object. Actually, it will print the hash code, but here we overridden what, toString method, no? So simply it will display the this message instead of hash code. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
What will be in case of y equals 0?
Oh, good question.
Hello? Can you repeat once?
Sir, y equals 0.
Y equal to 0.
B is equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So if b is equal to 0, then arithmetic exception will rise. Then we should add one more catch block here in order to handle that arithmetic exception. That is arithmetic exception E and sys out. You can write like b value, okay, should not be 0, like this. Then 0, like this. But here the main agenda is okay, to generate an exception whenever, okay, the denominator is 3. Already we have this okay, predefined exception, arithmetic exception, no? Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah. Shall I move to next one? Or if you have any doubts, you can ask.
Sir, why we have to mention that statement public string to string?
Okay. First, suppose there is no toString method here. Okay. No toString method. Okay. 10, 3. Okay. So here what it is displaying here, see, week 7, okay, GPA 1 dot division exception whenever you are displaying this, okay, object. Okay, so by default it will display like this, no? But I want to display, instead of, actually this is it automatically calls the toString method by default. If you not mention toString explicitly, automatically it will call toString method. Okay, so it will return this one. Okay, so instead of, okay, displaying this message, so I want to display, okay, I want to display some meaningful message like this. Okay, some meaningful message like this. Okay, now instead of displaying this message, what happened? If you override this toString method, whatever the, okay, message you are returning in the overridden toString method that is going to display instead of the predefined toString method. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It's overriding the toString method from the object, no, sir.
Yeah. So
But
you
the
don't
object,
mention.
sir, the output of that object toString method is this one, sir. week7.gpa. How are we? Like, how are we sure from this program that this is the output of that toString method of the object? That one.
This one.
Yes. How to know that what is the output of the toString method of the object? How to know from a program, sir?
Actually, so it should return hash code, I think. Whenever we display where we try to display the object, so it will display the hash code here. Okay, but here
No,
seeing this.
maybe I can see on the top like that root is week7/gpa1/test.java. So from this output also is having that two common things, week7.gpa1. Is it related to that root of this file, sir?
No. Actually, this is fully qualified name of this division exception class. So where it is defined, so it is
Okay,
coming
sir,
along with the.
Okay, we are
package.
defining our own toString method so that it will override the toString method of the object. I understood, sir. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sir. Thank you.
So we override that like this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Next one. See here, write a Java program, okay, that accepts a string, an integer I, and a character C as input. Okay. So here, so our Java program, okay, is going to accept what? One string, and integer, and a character as input. Okay. So the character at position I in the given string has to be replaced by the value of C. Okay. For suppose here a string. Okay. So India. So is a given string, and I'm going to give one integer value. So this integer value is a index. Okay, 3, and one character. Okay, one character. For suppose I'm giving A like this. Okay. Now here, whatever the index you given here, okay, at this index in the given string, okay, whatever the character you given, okay, that should be replaced. Okay, that should be replaced. Okay, so now IN D. Okay, this is the third index, no? 0, 1, 2, 3. Here A should be replaced. So that is our agenda. Okay. So here, if the index, okay, index means this 3 is there, no? This is index. If this index is more than the length of a string, okay. Here, what is the length of a string? Length of a string INDIA 5, no? Okay. For suppose here I given value 6. Okay, I given value 6. Okay. So here this value is more than length of a string. Then it updates the last character of the given string with value of 6. Okay. So if the value of this index, okay, the index is greater than the length of given string, then we should update this last character is there, no? Okay, this in this last character, okay, this should be replaced with the given character. Okay, given character. If index is negative, for suppose this 3 is, so this 6 is there, no? I given it as a -6. For suppose you given, okay, index as negative value, okay, negative index, then it throws an appropriate error message. Okay, it should throw appropriate error message. So implement the function replace such that it does the following. Okay, so here given the points, so we should read this points carefully, then we should write the code. Yeah. See here, so replace method, it should have what? 3 parameters. First one is character array, okay, input string, then index and a character. So which character we want to replace at the given index. Next, if the given index is in the range of character array, it replaces the character at the given position. Okay, at the given position. Otherwise, catch array index out of bounds exception. Okay, for suppose here we no need to generate the exception explicitly here, because array index out of bounds exception, okay, generate automatically whenever you give minus index, sorry, negative index, or if you give an index more than its length. Okay, more than its length. Its length means here array length. Okay, if you give an index, okay, more than its length, then automatically, okay, array index out of bounds exception will be raised in both the cases. Okay, in both the cases. So in catch flag, what we have to do means in error handling code, sorry, exception handling code. So if the index is beyond the length of character array, means here the length of, sorry, here the index is positive, but here the index is more than, okay, length of the array. Okay, more than length of the array. Then we should update last character in the character array with the given character. If index is negative, okay, if the index is negative, then we should rethrow this array index out of bound exception to the main method. So this is the idea. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to write the code. So this is template code. So I copy here. Yeah. See here. So here we are calling a replace method. Okay. So we are directly calling now, and both are reside in same class. So if you want to call directly like this, you should declare it as static. So public, okay, static, and its return type should be character array, and you should give the name of method. Okay, so yeah, in description, see, it has 3 parameters. First parameter is character array, second one is integer index, and third one is the character, okay, which we want to replace. Okay, yeah, so here char arr, character array, no? So this is my input array, and this is the given index. At this index we should replace, okay, the existing character with this given character in the array. Okay, now, okay, try to add directly, okay, arr of I, okay, at this position, okay, update with this character is equal to C. Okay, so if this index is more than its length, this array length, or if it is negative, automatically array index out of bounds exception will be raised. Okay, because this is predefined exception. Okay, it will thrown by the, okay, generated by the, okay, Java runtime environment automatically. So whenever the given index is more than, okay, array length, or if it is negative. Okay, so try ARR I is equal to C. Then simply return this array. Okay, if there is no issue with this index, then update. Okay, update the character at this index in the given array and return it if there is no issue. Or suppose this I value is greater than this array length, or it is negative, definitely it will, okay, rise what, array index out of bounds expression. Okay, in this error handling code, what we have to do? See, in this error handling code, if index is, okay, beyond length of character array, okay, it update the last character of a, okay, given, sorry, last character of the given character array. Okay, so here first simply, okay, so you can check whether the whether this index is negative or not, simply. Okay, so if I, this index is less than 0, means negative. Okay, then we should rethrow the, okay, rethrow the array index out of bounds exception to the main method. See, throw, sorry, throw E, that's it. Else means it is positive and it's okay, value is beyond, it's beyond what, given array length. Else means, okay, else, then ARR of, okay, we should update last character, no? Okay, ARR dot length minus 1 is equal to given character. Okay, here in the given array, I'm updating last character. Okay, so how to update the last character? Actually, index starts from 0, length starts from 1. Okay, so here length of the array is what? Here, sorry, length of the array is 5 here. But index is what? Index starts from 0, no? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I want to update what? Last character. I want to update the last character. So in this case, what we have to do? We should get the length of what? Array, and we should minus with the 1. Okay, see here, ARR of what? ARR dot length minus 1 means here I am updating what? Last character of an array. Okay, is equal to C, like this. Is it clear? Return.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Okay, run this program. Yeah. So already we have test cases now. Just I will simply copy paste this test cases. Yeah. Now you tell me. See here, hello is the given input character array. Okay. So here 2 is the valid index actually. So valid index. Okay. So here length of the string is 5. Here given index is 2. This is less than given input string. No. So now 2 is valid index. So here at the L is the second index. No. So now X is going to update at the L. See. HEXLO. Okay. And second test case. World. Okay. See here, index is positive, but it is beyond the given array length. Okay. In this case, okay, we should update the last character. Okay. See. Next. here code -1 a. See here what I given negative index. So negative index means this condition, okay, is going to satisfy, and it is going to throw this array index out of bound exception to the main method. In main method, see, it will forward to here, and it is going to come here immediately. It is going to display e dot get exception. Next, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear. Clear.
If you have any doubts, you can ask. You can also change like this. If ARR dot length, if I is greater than ARR dot length, means then we should update like this. Else, throw it. Like this also we can write. India -1. Okay. This is also valid. Is it clear? Anybody,
Sir, when
please
will the
respond.
print statement in the main method get executed? When will the print statement in the try block of the main method gets executed?
This one, no?
Yes, yes.
We are asking about this one.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So whenever this index is -1, then only. Okay. So whenever you give -1 negative index, okay, then only we are forwarding. See here. Then only we are forwarding.
Sir, I thought that whenever the -1 comes, that the print in the catch block gets executed, the message one. That this is pertaining to the print statement in the catch block of the main method. I was thinking, sir. That message, get message.
Oh, sorry. This one, not this one. Sorry.
Okay,
Not this
can
one,
you give
this
me an instance when that print statement, the try block gets executed? That one. Yes, sir. That one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So see here, India, I'm giving 10 and A. Okay. So here you are passing what? India 10 and A. Okay. So now your control will come to here now. Okay. Now this character array contains this India, means 0 index I. Okay. First index N and fourth
Yes,
index.
sir. I got it, sir. I got the control. The control goes to that replace method, and then that message will be that whatever operation done within the replace method is getting printed.
Yeah.
Sure.
So now, yeah, ARR of I is equal to C. See here, what is the I value? 10, no? So it is out of bound. So
Yeah.
immediately, exception
Last character will be updated. Okay.
Yeah. Now it will come to here and it will check if I given index is greater than the length of the input array. Okay, it is true. So simply what happened? It is going to update the last character in the array and it is going to return.
Sir, after this, it will return to that print statement in the try block, no, sir?
Yeah, here.
Yeah. It will return there.
It will return to here, not print statement actually.
It will return to
return
there.
to here, and it will convert it into the string, and it is going to store in the S2. Then it will print.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So is it clear? If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, I will move to next one. Anybody, please respond. So whether I have to move or not.
It's clear, sir. Continue.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so this one. So the Java program, complete the given Java program. Okay, that takes as input a list of strings. Okay, so in this list of strings, okay, so we should remove the strings, okay, the strings which are contain the, okay, comma or dot, okay, comma or dot. For suppose here, so my list contains, okay, so apple, okay, so apple, okay, banana, okay, so banana, grape, so like this. So there is no issue with the list. There is no issue with the list. For suppose my list contains like this: apple, in the middle I have comma, and here I have dot. Okay, actually this is not a valid string. Okay, so we should not contain commas or full stops or dots, okay, in the middle of the string like this. Okay, so I want to remove the strings which are contain comma and dots. Okay, comma and dots. Okay, yeah, see here, and print the remaining strings. Okay, so here we are going to give a list of strings. In among this list of strings, we should remove, okay, we should filter, okay, we should filter the strings which are contains the comma or dots, and remaining strings we have to print after filtering. So the updated list we should print. Okay, yeah, see here we have the class collect result. Okay, and here we have main method, okay, that takes input and invoke the collect data. So collect data is a method, okay, so it is used to, okay, in this method we should filter the given list. Okay, we should filter the given list based on the given conditions. Okay, what are the condition? Okay, here the input list, okay, input list should not contain what, the strings which are having commas and dots. Okay, commas and dots. Okay, next. So this is the method. So we have to define. Okay, we have to define. So here the template code is given. See, so this is the template code. We should write our code here. So here L is what? What is L? This is the input list. Okay, this is what input list. Okay, this list contains what? All string values. All string values. So we should, okay, filter this list. We should filter this list. Okay, we should remove, okay, in this list we have list of string values. So this list of string values, okay, may contain, some strings may contain what, comma and dots. Okay, we should, okay, find out those, okay, strings, and we should remove those strings which are contains comma and full stop. That is our aim. Okay, so this is okay, template code. We should write our code here. Okay, we should write our code here. So first, in order to do that, okay, I'm converting my list into string. Okay, converting my list into string. Then I'm applying the filter. Okay, I'm applying the filter. Okay, yeah. See here in this. So if you call L dot string, okay, L dot string, here this list contains what? String values. No, string values. So now I want to remove, okay, I want to remove the strings which are contains comma and dots. No, so now I'm going to write, see, yes goes to, yes means here string. Okay, from this string, okay, So yes, yeah, S dot contains, I'm filtering, S goes to S dot contains, if it contains comma, okay, what it will return? Either true or false, either true or false, okay. If it returns true means what? True means the string contains, okay, from this string, okay. So I'm getting one by one string. I'm going to check whether the string contains comma or not, okay. So here it should not equal to true, should not equal to true, because if you write equal to true, then okay, this string will, okay, accept what? The strings which are containing comma. If you write not equal to true, then this string will eliminate, okay, will eliminate the string which is contained a comma, okay. So this is first filter, and I'm going to apply one more filter, okay. I'm going to apply one more filter. So same, copy and paste. So here we should replace it with dot, okay. Yeah, now I'm converting it into list, okay, to list. I'm collecting the result into the string, okay. So now I'm going to save it into obj collection object, okay, collection object, okay. So collection is what? Okay, so base interface for all collection classes now. So it can hold any, okay, so any list or set or, okay, queue interfaces, sorry, queue interface implemented classes, okay. This obj, okay, reference variable can hold any, okay, list, set and queue interface implemented classes objects, okay. Yeah, see here, first I'm converting my given list into string, then I'm going to apply the filters, okay. Here the string should not contain what? Comma, and should not contain the full stop, okay. I'm filtering like this. After filtering, I'm collecting it as a to list, okay, to list like this, okay. And I want to print in, okay, sorted order, okay, sorted order. So that's why obj is equal to new preset of, I'm passing this obj here, okay. I'm converting this collection object into what? Preset. So automatically, so the elements in the obj, okay, elements in the obj are going to sorted in, okay, are going to sort, and it is going to store in the obj, and we are going to return this collection object like this. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to run this. Sorry. So here we have some test cases. So I'm going to copy and paste these test cases. Yeah, see, India comma searching. So here, see, India I given in, okay, so 3 times I given here. It will eliminate this one, okay, and it will accept these two. Actually, here this obj contains 2 India and 1 Sachin string, okay, but I want to eliminate the duplicates, okay. I want to eliminate the duplicates as well. I want to print in what? So sorted order. So that's why I'm converting it into preset, okay. Yeah, now see here 6 input values I'm giving. See, so see here, apple is going to remove. Why? Here my question. Here my question. So here orange is there, no? Okay. So at which line it is eliminated in the code? Anybody? At line number 9 or line number 2? In this filter or in this filter?
Orange, sir. Are you asking about orange?
Yeah,
Line
yeah,
number
orange.
10.
Line number 10, sir.
Yeah, in this filter it is going to eliminate that, because here it is going to check whether it contains what, comma or not. Okay, so it does not contain comma, so it will move to this filter, and here it is going to eliminate it. Okay, so in first filter, okay, it is going to check for the comma. In second filter, it is going to check for the dot. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
If you have doubt, and you can ask, otherwise I will hand over to Nalini.
Sir, one doubt here. The access modifier for collection, you mentioned static. It's because of the reason, like in the last problem, you said for replace also, replace method is directly getting access from the main method. So you replace method also you were mentioning as static. So for collection, is it the same logic, sir? Collection is getting access directly from the main method. The access
See
modifier
here,
is static.
yeah, here this collection is return type. Okay, this collection is return type. Okay, so here collected data is method, no? So this method, okay, I want to access directly in the main method, okay, without using object. Okay, without using object. So that's why okay, I declare it as a static one. So if you don't declare it as static, okay, if you call it in main method, definitely you should create an object. So here I don't want to create an object to call this method. That's why, okay, I defined it as a static. That's it.
Okay, sir. It's not a rule always like public static void main. This also should be static. Nothing like that. It's based on that program specific, the problem specific thing.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So these two are reside in same class, no? So here actually no need of this. You can also call direct like this. So both are reside in same class, no? So one static method you can call directly in the another static method directly without using class like this.
Okay, sir.
So Dhanya ma'am, I have done. I'm over to Nalini ma'am.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Anand sir. Okay, now I'm discussing week 8 GPA 2. So yeah, I think most of you have solved it, have already seen this question. No? Just for 2-3 minutes, you can see the problem statement and try to understand it, and then we can try to solve this. Yeah, while solving this question, did anyone get any doubt, or have you solved it properly? This is graded, no? Is there any specific doubt regarding this question, or have you answered it properly? Yeah, anyone of you, have you gone through this paragraph, first paragraph, and what did you get from this? Like what actually the question is asking, what we wanted to do in this question? Anyone of you, please. Can you tell like what actually the problem statement and what we are going to do in this question? Only from the first paragraph. It's clear from the first paragraph itself. Just try to figure out that. Yeah, if you understand problem statement, it would be easy, like what to solve for. Yeah, what is the type of this question? Is it deep cloning or shallow cloning, or which type of what should we do in this question, whether deep cloning or shallow cloning?
Deep copy.
Yeah, deep cloning. So yeah, that means, yeah, Naresh, who is customer 1, buys a set of items from a shop, and Suresh, customer 2, also buys all the items bought by Naresh except the first item, in place of which Suresh buys another item. So except the first item which has bought by Naresh, remaining all other items were bought by Suresh. In place of that, he has bought some other different item. Write the program that defines two classes, items and customer. Okay, now we want two classes in our program, items and customer. It is mentioned now already. Like write a program that defines two classes, items and customer, and clones the object of the class customer to model the scenario given above. So we need to clone the customer. So we need to clone customer 1 and customer 2, and we should get like this kind of scenario. To model this scenario, classes, items and customers should be clonable and must have the functionality to deep copy. Okay, now these are like we should create copies by using cloning. Then they must implement, these two classes must implement clonable interface and must have the following functionality, to deep clone. Okay, to create C2 from C1. Okay, you are given as input the number of items brought by Naresh and the name of the items and the new item that the Suresh will be buying. So the input will be first number of items and then the items which are bought by the Naresh and then the new item which is bought by the Suresh. Okay, that means totally, yeah, you can, the number of items is also up to you, no? So you can give any number of items. The code to change the first item and the name in the second customer name the second customer object after cloning has been provided in the given code. Okay, then the code to change the first item, that means Suresh should have some different item, no? That is given already in the code, and the name in the second customer object, and we have to change name from Naresh to Suresh, no? That is also already provided in the code. So you need to just implement the code to deep copy to create two new customer to create C2 from C1, like Naresh customer from Suresh customer from Naresh. Okay, yeah, for this you need to define the class items. Okay, you need to define one class items that must implement the interface clonable and has the following members. So we should define the class items and it should implement the clonable interface and it has the following members: a public instance variable item of type string array to store the item names. So in items class we are storing the items that is stored in the string array, and the constructors and accessors to constructors and accessors to respectively initialize and access the instance variables. So we need to initialize, and also in order to get that item we need accessor, no? Yeah, override the method clone, and we need to override the method clone to do deep copy, and override the method to string so that the format of the output is in accordance with those in the test cases. So we need to override the output to string method by seeing the output which is given in the string, which is given in the test cases. And in the customer class, define a class customer that implements an interface clonable and has the following members. So we should define customer class and it should implement the clonable interface, and it must have the following members: instance variable name of type string to store the name of the customer. So customer is having name, which is the name of that customer, and okay, which is the name of the customer, and the instance variable of type items to store the items purchased by the customer. So we and the customer will purchase some items. Now we should have the instance variable of type items to store those items purchased by the customer. Implement the constructors and accessor get items to return the object of type items. Okay, get items will return the object of type items, and the mutator set name to update the name of the customer. Okay, name of the customer we should update, and also in order to access the items we should use get items. That means this accessor should return items. Override the method clone. We should also override this method clone as we are creating the new customer from the existing one, and override the method to string so that the format of the output is in those in the test cases. So we should override the to string method also. Okay, here this template code is asking us like to define the two classes, items and customer. We should define both items and customer class, and here in this main class we are taking the input. Okay, input we have already seen, no, the number of items and also followed by the name of those items purchased by the customer, and the replacing items. First item, the Suresh will buy some other items, no, we should replace that item, no. So totally one string, one integer, and and strings we should. If we give 2 as input, that means 2 items purchased by customer 1. That means milk and bread are 2 items purchased by customer 1, and Maggie is the replacement of milk by the Suresh customer. So the expected output should be Naresh, he has bought milk and bread, but Suresh has brought Maggie and bread. Okay. How is the output? The output is like customer name followed by the items purchased by him, and the items are separated by space, and the customer name is also separated by the same space. That should be our format, output format. So any thoughts on this, how to do this code? Anyone? Okay, we'll do this, then we'll do in the REPL. Meanwhile, you can think like how to do this. Same thing. Okay, this is the same template code which is already there in your portal. I'm just using it. So what is the question? We should define the class items that should implement the interface clonable, no?
Yes.
Clonable. And what is the instance variable of that? It is storing some array of items, right? Items classes storing the array of items. Customer is storing items in it. String array of item. Okay, you can define any name for that instance. Now you want any class, if it has instance variable, you need to initialize it, no? Just you want some constructor to initialize it. The constructor, what constructor will take? It will take string array only, no, to initialize that item. Okay. Now you can say item equal to I. And then you want what getters, accessors, no? So and you also need to implement clone method. Public string array, you should return string array, no, to get items. Yeah, just I forgot what should be the name of that get items. Just a minute, let me open the code. Open the question. Okay, here, yeah, string array, constructor, clone, and it has only what we should provide constructor, override clone method, override toString method. No accessors are required. Yeah. I have landed to some other code. Yeah, it's visible, right? Yeah, just a second. Yeah, just a second. Let me open. Okay, you have to override. Just no accessors are required here in the question. So yeah. Okay, what is the return type of clone method? It's like object, no? Yeah, you can return items as well. So yeah, as you are cloning items, you will get items only, no? So now I am returning items. It's yeah, you can return object as well. Later you can typecast in the customer class. Yeah, that also you can do. Okay, now I'm directly giving items because when you clone, you will get items only, no? That's why. Okay, how to clone now? Yeah, any ideas on this, like how to clone? Like if you say directly return, if you say directly return super dot clone, will it do deep cloning or shallow cloning? Anyone please volunteer? Yeah.
Shallow clone.
Yeah, shallow cloning. How can you make it to do deep cloning? Yeah, how can you make it to?
They specifically mentioned that it's string array.
Yeah, so so actually items is storing array, right? In it, like it's instance variable is array. So array is an object, right? So in order to happen deep, in order to do deep cloning, you need to do cloning of that array as well. If this items class has some instance variables like in number of items, if it has only that thing, then if you do super dot clone, then deep cloning will happen because it is like it has just what uh, mutable object, no? So even if you if you use this super dot clone, that means deep cloning happens. But here it has array in it in as instance variable. That means you need to clone this array also separately in order to do deep cloning. So yeah, what we should do is first we should clone items. Super dot clone. Now I will clone it dot item array, no? That item array, I'm cloning it separately. Now I will say item dot clone. Yeah, actually in the arrays, this clone method is what already defined. Array is clonable, it's already defined. Yeah, that's why you can use it. Yeah, it does shallow cloning, but here we are using string, no? String is mutable, so inside the array also it does deep cloning. Now you should return this object. Yeah, actually super dot clone will return object type, no? You need to typecast it to items. Right. Okay, that's all here. Now that's all, no? And you need to override string method to string method. Yeah, how should be the have you remember, no, like you have remembered the output, right? We have customer name followed by the items purchased by him, and there is space between this item, between those items, no. So how can we do that? So we should return a string. Yeah, anyone?
For each item, we have to system dot out like the item name and then space.
Item, okay, your directory saying system dot out dot println of item, you are telling, no?
No, no, we need to use
No, no, I am.
the
Okay, okay, yeah, tell.
If I was telling like a for loop, like for each
Yeah,
item
okay,
in the
yeah,
array.
yeah, you want a string, right? You should return a string. That means I'm taking some empty string for now. Yeah, empty string for now. Now you need to iterate over each and every item of your array, and then you need to print each and every item separated by space. Not print, you should append it to its to string. No, you should return it, right? You are not printing, you should return some string. So I can just use this. As it is string array, I'm using enhanced for loop. Okay, we'll see this later. So I'm adding that whatever the item to an empty string. That means as it is a string, now you will get item only, right? And then you are appending space to it. Yeah, that's all. Now you will return this as finally. So it will happen for each and every element.
I think you have to write the throws.
Yeah,
Clone
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, clone method will throw clone not supported exception, no? So we should actually use either try catch, or you need to use clone not supported exception. But we are overriding, no? So you should use that format as it is. You should, yeah, throw clone not supported exception. Yeah, okay, that's all from this items class. Okay, now customer class. Okay, what are the instance variables of customer class? String name, some name of the customer, and also items which he has purchased. And then, yeah, you need some accessors also here, and we will define constructor first here to initialize those. This will say name equal to n and id equal to I. Okay, yeah, customer is there. Now you want accessors like get name. So get name is of type string, so you should, that return type will be string. You should return name of the customer, right? Yeah, now items, you also should return items, no? So return type is items, and function method name is Okay, get items, it's there here also, no? And you also have to define set name also, because we are using and it's also mentioned in the question. Okay, you will return item object of this, that is ID, and set name here. So set name won't return anything, but it will take string in order to name the customer, no? I will say now name equal to n. This is for updating your instant variable. Okay. Yeah. What else we need to write? Clone method, right? So yeah, this you should say. Items we have already discussed, no? Yeah. In order to create new customer, we should clone using cloning. In order to create the new customer C2 from C1, we should clone the C1 customer, no? So that means clone method has to be overridden in this customer class. Yeah. So return type is, it can be, okay, here we are calling c1.clone directly. That means we are not doing it typecasting, right? Here no typecasting. Actually clone method will return object. Here you are calling c1.clone directly. You are assigning it to customer without any typecasting. That means your clone method return type here should be customer. Okay. Yeah. Now you have to clone. So for deep cloning, how to do this? Yeah. Anyone? So first you will create customer object C, and then yeah, then you will call just super.clone. Yeah, will this does deep cloning or not? Will this does deep cloning or not?
No, it will be shallow cloning. Again, the items be called.
Yes.
Item,
y-
item.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, because the customer has, okay, primitive type string it has, but it has object type also item. It is like immutable, no? It is like string is immutable, but items is mutable. So for that it has object type also. For that you should do separate cloning for that also. Yeah. So yeah, you can say c dot id equal to, that means for the items you are cloning it separately, and items is directly returning items. Here our clone method of items is directly returning items, so no need of doing typecasting here. You can say c dot it dot clone. As you buy this complicated thing c dot it dot clone, first you should call this clone method you for this item, no? Item object id. So how can you get item? By saying c dot id only, no, for this customer object C. So that's why you should use c dot id dot clone, not just clone id dot clone, because yeah, this is new customer C, no? That's yeah. And now you will return C, this customer cloned. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all right. Yeah, we'll run this code. Yeah, sometimes it's taking, yeah, it will take time now. Okay, it has already mentioned. Okay. Okay, what is it saying? C dot get items dot item of 0 equal to update the first item of C2. Cannot find symbol 53. Okay, C dot get items will return item object, and from that item object, yeah. Okay, C dot get item will return this item object. Yes. Dot item of 0 equal to x C dot next of. Yeah, just let me read. Okay, this should be item, no, because C dot get items will return item object, will return this item object item anything, and then I'm saying dot this from this item for this item object some item. I'm saying item dot item of 0, no, that means its instance variable should be item, right? Did anyone get this? Why it should be item? Is it clear or not?
Repeat, ma'am, why that is item.
Yeah, because you are trying to access the array, that here it's already defined as item. That's why you should use item. Yeah.
Okay, so because we are directly accessing the instance variable.
Yeah, we are directly accessing the instance variable of this items class, that is
Okay, okay.
string array of item, and it is an array. So you are accessing the first element, that's 0. And as it is mentioned as item, we should use specifically item here. Okay. Yeah, now first input it should be number of items followed by name of items. Okay, same out thing I am using. We'll put it Maggie. And then that what? Class customer must implement clonable interface, no? Or it should be given while compiling itself. Yeah, you should implement the clonable interface, no? And okay, same input I am giving as in the test cases. Okay, I have not overridden the toString method inside the customer class. So that's why you are getting this as output. So in order to override the toString method in the customer class, it should return a string, which is the name of the customer, right? The name is a string. Yeah, we don't need to append anything like that. Followed by space. Then you have items. So item will call if we are trying to what? Use this item will call the toString method, and then it will what? Use this method, whatever method. So yeah. Yeah, now you got deep clone thing. Now you are changing first item of Suresh only. You are not changing the what it is not reflecting in Naresh what items. Yeah, that's what the decide output, right? Deciding. Yeah, if you have any specific doubt, you can ask. If not, we'll move to the other question. Yeah, anything specifically why we are doing this, separately cloning this item array, something like that. If you have, you can ask. If not, if it is clear, then we'll move to the other question.
Can you take me through the steps, ma'am? The flow of the thing.
Okay, yeah,
See,
definitely.
there are two classes like item and customer. So for both of them should implement a clonable. So that's how is that thinking, that flow of thought should be there, like, to write the code.
Okay, the thing is, it should be in the
The
opposite way.
order.
Okay, I will tell you. Okay, the purpose of this question is you need to create new customer C2 from C1 using this clone method. Okay. Yes. First, the customer class, you should write the customer class first, not the items class. Generally, you should do that customer class. And what should be done in the customer class? Actually, you should fill what are the instance variables of customer. It has name. It also has items in it. Items class will take care of the list of items, whatever the items will put, that items that customer has purchased. Okay. As we are creating new object C2 from C1 using the clone method, that means the customer should implement the clonable interface. Okay, the customer should implement this clonable interface, and it should also override this clone method. Yeah, that things you should do mandatorily. And yeah, that thing should be there in the question. And these all things are like instance variable, whatever the question has mentioned, that things you should do. It has instance variable name, it also has items that you should do. You should have constructor to initialize this, and you should have this getters and setters, get name and set name, get items. So names of these methods are also used in this here. So yeah, here set name you are using. Yeah, that thing
Actually,
you
we have to go from the main method, one line we have to check, and then determine whether we have to implement the clonable for
yeah.
customer. Like step by step, one line we have to see in the main method and go back and start writing. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. In the question statement also it is mentioned, no, items, and also define class item that implements clonable interface. It has the following members, and also you should override this method clone. You override the toString method. These statements are there. But yeah, if you
So
look.
Nalini, shall I interrupt for a second?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so who was asking the question? Sorry, I missed.
Srinath.
Oh yeah, hi Srinath. So see, the whole idea is when you're doing this cloning, right? So the customer class has certain instance variables which are some which are of primitive type and some which is an object type, right? Can you just scroll a little above Nalini, the customer class? Yeah. So
Okay,
see,
yeah.
customer class.
The name is of primitive type and items are of object type.
Correct. Yeah.
Array,
So
array.
what happens with the primitive? Say, suppose if it had an integer also, right? So what happens is these primitive types are by default deep cloned in the sense that, so don't worry about deep cloning and all those things. Just visualize in your mind whether these variables are actually storing the values or are they storing references to an object. Okay, so in the case of primitive types, they will actually be storing the actual value. So when you do a simple clone itself, what happens is there is a bit by bit copying that happens, right?
Yes, yes.
So when you are doing a cloning, a bit by bit copying is happening. In the case of objects also, this bit by bit copying happens, but that is only the object reference that is getting added, that is getting copied, right? Because the object as such has only this reference. So if you have a customer object, the item object is only an object reference. The full content of the object is actually lying elsewhere. So when you're cloning just the customer, the item is also getting cloned, but it is only the reference of the item that gets cloned.
Yes.
So what you mean by deep cloning is you have to clone whatever objects are there inside it explicitly. So if items has to be cloned, the item class also should be clonable, right?
For items, there is an additional step we have to do because it's an object. We have to
Correct.
clone. So for so deep cloning will not happen naturally. So we have to do one additional step for item for cloning. But
Yes.
for name of the customer is a primitive type, so string only. So it can be cloned by just using dot clone method. No?
Correct. That's why in the customer clone method, we are actually writing, we do one clone, right? Dot clone. That by default will clone the name because there is a bit by bit copying happening.
Deep copy
of the name. Correct. Whereas for the case of item, it is only the memory reference that is getting copied.
So we have to some typecast on that.
No, we want to do the data copying, right? That data also we want to replicate it, and we want to create a new object and reference the customer seconds item to that new items.
Okay. One additional step. Okay.
Yeah, and suppose the items class had another object. What do you do? Can you just scroll above, Nalini? Can you scroll a little more above? Yeah. So now the items class is only basic string, right? I mean, that string is only there, no?
Items class as an array. No?
Array, yeah, correct. So suppose it had another object, say for instance, another employer. I mean, just maybe some other object which is there in the shop. Okay,
that also we have to do two steps now.
That also we have to do inside the clone of the items class. We have to clone that also specifically.
For the deep
that
copy,
class has to be, that class has to be clonable, and we have to clone that. So that is what you mean by deep cloning. You have to go nested to that level until you reach the case where everything is primitive type.
Okay, got it.
Got it. No?
Yes.
And of course, whatever. See, so first you read the question. I know what perspective you're asking it from, how to answer the question would be, right? You read the question. Everywhere we try to give, like, okay, this is what is expected, this is what is expected, this is what is expected. And then you come to the template code and try to make, try to relate to what is there. Then you start writing the code. Ultimately, if there is some mismatch, then you get the expected output, right?
My question is, one doubt I had with the Nalini ma'am, what she was telling us, we have to first check what is the return type of that particular statement mentioned in the main method. When we go statement by statement in the main method, we have to check what is the return type, and based on that, we have to start writing.
Here, no.
So see, I mean, for this specific question, for every question, like, see, you can, when you are writing your own main method, it's a different style, right? When we have given a template code, you have to look at what is the return type, and based on that, you have to write the other code. That's what she meant.
Yeah, that's what that is. Return S1. If you go above, there's something called return S1 iPhone. Yeah,
return S.
No, return yes, return S. At the time, she was not return S, return IT. So she said like. See, you have to check what is the return of that particular statement in the main, and then go and start writing the code. I got it, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
This is
what is the return type?
Yeah, this is because previously I was telling, because whether we have to return items or clone method will return object, right? Yeah, we can return anything, items or object or anything. Yeah, as we are writing this, there is no construct constraint here, no, here like it should return, but for the customer it should definitely, you should return customer only, you should not return object because you are not typecasting here to customer. So c1 dot clone should return customer, that's why you should your
No,
clone
Nalini, can you
method.
scroll a little above? So here the clone method is actually returning an item only, right? So it has to be an items, right?
Yeah, that's, yeah, here, yeah, previously I have written here item as return type, no, yeah, that's why I'm not
Oh, so
yeah,
that is it. Oh.
yeah. Yeah, in the clone method of item, I have written that is returning directly item. So here I'm not doing typecasting here. No, that's why I have checked previously what is the return type, whether I should typecast it back to items, or yeah, just simply doing this is enough or not. That's why.
Yeah, here only,
Any
ma'am.
further?
In statement number 11, line
Yeah.
number 11, you have
Yeah.
it's returning only items actually, but according to the output, it should be name followed by items. So okay, that you are
That
doing by
is
toString method.
toString, yeah, toString method. Yeah, when you are printing, no, you should get that as output, right?
Okay, this
Output
11th, ma'am, that 11th return statement, 11th line, return ID from the main method. From where did you figure out that
yeah,
that's
this
the
is
return from
because, yeah, I have not figured out that
from the
you
main
can
method from the main
no,
method?
not from the main method. In the customer class you should clone item, no, in the customer class you should clone item separately, right? Yeah, so it is up to you. This is like not constraint which is given in the main method, it's up to you. While implementing the items clone method, you can return either object or items. So if you're returning items, so here you are not doing typecasting it, no, so you can use without typecasting that. But if you're returning object here, if you were in the items class, if
Yeah,
you are
9,
returning object,
number
yeah,
9.
here, yeah,
9.
if you, yeah, if you return object as here as the return type of clone, then you should typecast it, you should cast it back to, yeah, actually this item dot clone is returning object, but you are trying to assign it to item, no, so you should do it back to item, then it will work. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. There only we should check return type, whether we are returning object or whether we are returning that thing. Yeah, this also I will show. So this is because the clone method can return object, so it can return item. So here we can give return type as item or object. So if we give as object, we need to typecast while we are calling that. If we are returning directly item, then we no need to typecast while we are calling the clone method. Okay, that's what we did. Same thing here. Here I have changed return type to object, as item is an object, so it will accept to return item also here. But as the return type is object here, you need to typecast it back to items. Then only
The same thing can be used for customer or no?
yeah,
Customer also we can
yeah,
put public
customer,
object clone throws
yeah,
public.
object clone throws, but you cannot do this because in your main method you are calling it directly without typecasting it back to customer. So definitely the return type must be customer only here. You got to this?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what. Okay. Yeah, only for this question I think this kind of confusion, but yeah, rest thing everything from the problem statement you can figure out even without following that main method actually. Yeah, okay, we'll go to the next question from week 9. Yeah, is it clear, no, that question? Yeah, if not, I can present one more time.
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So actually this problem statement you have not seen. This is from week 9 programming assignment. Just you take your time, read it thoroughly, then we'll explain. And take, yeah. Just read it. We'll discuss this later. Okay. Yeah, basically the thing is you just try to understand the first this paragraph, any question first this paragraph, then you will get idea actually what we have to do in this question. And then these are just the steps to do that. This is like they're simple, but if you understand this, and yeah, then it will be clear. Yeah, after reading this, have what any one of you can tell like what we want actually in this question to be done? Anyone?
We want to print the student names whose total marks is greater than the given.
Okay, yeah, this also you should not miss. No, yeah, we should print the student. Okay, we should okay, I will read this. Write the program that given a list of students and a number t prints the name of student who has scored the highest total from among the students whose total greater than or equal to t. If no student found with the total greater than or equal to 3 t, it print no value found. So actually the program we are giving list of students and some one number t. Okay, and what we have to print, it prints the name of the student. This program will print the name of the student with the highest total from among the students whose total is greater than t. So actually we are just printing that student name, the student who has scored the highest total, like from among the students who has scored the total greater than or equal to t. So yeah, there can be case, no, like okay, let's take there are 3 students whose marks is like 12, 20 and 24, but you want the highest the student who has scored the highest marks, then you will say it is like 24. But if you want the student who has scored if you want the student who has scored highest marks among the student who has scored greater than 30 marks, then your output will be nothing. No student has scored greater than 30 marks. At that time your value should be at that time the output should be no value found. Okay, is this clear? So if you have 3 students 12 with the marks 12, 20 and 24, yeah, but you want the student with the highest total marks, and the student must have scored above 30. At that time you won't get any student, no, because no student has scored above 30 marks. Then the output should be no value found. Okay, if the if that number t is 20, then your output will be 24, because the highest marks is 24 and the student who has scored above 24 is 20 and 24 among them highest is 24. That time the output will be 24, no. Yeah, so that's the thing here. And these are just the steps what for like just the steps to in order to get this particular output. So you have this class student, and the class student obviously will have name and total. Yeah, I will come to this interface later. it, it will have name and total, yeah, because it is taking the total, and these are getters, like get name, get total, returns a name and total respectively. uh, Okay, get name and get total are returning. These are getters, accessors. Okay, that's why they are returning name and total. And you have to write, okay, in order to compare these students, you need to find the highest student who has scored the highest marks. No, for that, you need to implement some, you need to compare two students. How to compare the two students? Okay, previously I have also told this, no, in order to compare some integers, you can say just directly Okay, 20 greater than 20, greater than 12, you can say same 20.2 or something numbers. You can directly say using greater than operator or less than operator, anything you can compare directly. But how can you compare whether student 1 is less than student 2, or whether student 1 is less than greater than student 2? There should be something, no? Here the student, for this purpose only, in order to do that kind of comparison between students, you have to implement comparable interface, and you have to override the compare to method. So the compare to method will return 1. It can return 1, -1 or 0. It return type will be integer. It can return -1. It can return anything, like any positive value, any negative value, or 0. For this case, just I'm telling 1, -1 or 0, but it can give positive, negative, or 0. Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, when we will give some positive value, if our, okay, we are comparing S1 with S2. S1, student S1 with S2. When we will say S1 is greater than S2, when S1 is greater than S2, that we are comparing S1 with S2. When S1 is greater than S2, that means when 20 is greater than 12, then we will tell what? At that time we will return some positive integer. Similarly here also, when S1 is greater than S2, we will return some positive integer. When S1 is less than S2, we will return some negative integer. When both are equal, we'll return 0. This is because we are comparing S1 with S2. That's why we will return its positive if S1 is greater. If S1 is less, we will return negative. That's the thing. Basically it will do, if we do this kind of comparison, you will get ascending order kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. If you use sort method on students, you will get ascending order if you write this comparable interface, and if you override the compare to in this manner, positive value, negative value, if this compared, if S1 is greater than S2, that like whatever the flow which I have told here, while comparing S1 with S2, if it is greater, we will return 1. No? Yeah, that time you will get ascending order if you sort the students using this comparable interface. Okay, this simple thing, no? Just the steps here. What are the steps which we should include in student class are given here: name, total, get name, get total, compare to method, and toString method you have to write. And the class test, in the class test you have this method find student. Okay, you have this method find student. It is taking some list, student list, and some integer, student list and integer total t. We should convert this s list into stream. We should convert this s list into stream and filter the student with the total greater than or equal to this total, and find the highest total secured by the student, and the value is the value in optional variable named, and store this value. I think this here some mistake is there, and store the value in the optional variable named highest total. Okay, yeah, what we are doing in this find student, actually this method will take this student list and this total t as input, and it will convert this list, whatever the student list, into string for easy processing. Actually in the list we need to iterate each and every element, no? But if we do string, then we can just apply filter, then we will get the student whose total is greater than t. And if you use the max function, if you use the max function, then we'll get the student with the highest marks, right? With the highest total, and whose total is greater than or equal to t also you will get. Yeah, for the easy processing we are converting it to stream, and then we are doing this filtering, and then yeah, you should find the highest total secured, and the value, and you should store this value in the highest total, because this function can return optional, nothing can be there in your list after doing this filtering. Previously I have told this case also, no? 12, 20, 24, these are totals of students, but you want highest total among the students whose total is greater than 30. You want this criteria. At that time the stream will be empty. If you try to process this after applying the filter function over this stream, you will get this empty stream. No student will have greater than 30, and if you try to operate on that empty thing, you will get null pointer exception. No, so in order to avoid that only, yeah, you can, optionals are there, right? So but yeah, max function of the streams will return, the return type of the max function is like optional. So it is like optional. So it is, as it is returning student, so it return type will be student optional. Optional is generic, so it can be anything. That's why it is optional student. Okay. Yeah, the main method should take the input details of the 4 student. Yeah, you should take the input details of the 4 students. There's what are the input details? They are name and total. That's all. Okay. The question in this question now, in the problem statement, you can see the problem template code. Here you need to complete only this part, and everything is already given. So I will open this. I will open this in separate coding environment. Yeah, is the problem statement clear? If not, you can ask.
You said for easy processing, you're converting S list to stream.
Stream. Yeah.
So in this particular example, you're given 3 students, 12, 20, 24. Can you tell me like how does that S list look like? So
yeah, S list is a list of student.
Student followed by marks of the concerned student.
No, S list is like S list. Okay, let's take list.
These three names examples.
Okay, names I will say. This is list. Okay, let's take, I'm using these phrases for to indicate list. List is name. Let's take here Ram, and let's take his total 230. Okay, let's take under name Rahul, under student Rahul, and his name is his total is 150, and other student name is Ravi, and his total is 260, something like that. This will be the student list, and followed by that, this is comma separated. No, yeah, I think we should have this. Yeah, then it will be clear. Then you will have some integer, let's say 300. This will be your input. This is list and this is integer. Okay. Yeah, student. Yeah, your doubt, you can mention your doubt now.
You're converting to the stream string, like this list you're converting to string for stream for comparing and for filter out that whatever is above 300, whoever is scored above 300. So how so once it will start with the left item, no, Ram, from the starting of the list. Once you do stream that
okay, S list.
L dot stream.
Okay, I will say S list is the thing we are taking now. So S list dot stream, I will say.
S list dot stream.
Stream, and then
from left it will start seeing that. How will it start processing from left, and will it identify that first mark 230 with Ram? How will it identify that first mark 230 with Ram, not with the next person, Rahul?
Okay, stream is like, it's the same as of the list. So but there will be elements. No, this is the first element of your stream, this is the second element of your stream, this is the third element.
It knows to distinguish. That stream knows to distinguish, like that first element 230, the 230 belongs to Ram only. It doesn't belong to the next person.
No, look, the first element of stream itself is this.
Oh, full. Okay.
Yeah, full. The second element of your stream itself is this. Yeah, there is no like, okay, yeah, it's not like Ram 230 Rahul.
I thought it's like separate. A string of letters and numbers written, and how will it when it goes to see the number, how will it identify that it's related to Ram? I was just thinking. Okay, okay,
yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's all. So I will take this, whatever the template code, I will take it to Replit, and then we'll do. Okay. So in our problem statement also, they told like only we have student class, right? Student class and main class, that's all. In the problem statement, if you remember, we have student and main class, that's all. And it's also mentioned like student class is implementing this comparable. Comparable is of generic, so we are, that's why we are using this is of type student. No, on which student only we are using. No, that's why it is student. And student has instance variable name and total, that also, yeah, it's already given. Yeah, there is constructor, so directly it is taking name and also integer, string and int, so we are assigning it to name and total, that's all. And get name, we have that return type get name will give the name. So that's why its return type is name. In the question also it's mentioned get name and get total will give the name and total of the student. Yeah, so its return type is string and it's returning name, and also get total return type is int and it's returning total. Also the comparable interface, it should override the compare to method. So compare to method, so we are comparing between two students only, right? Compare to method will take one object as its input, as its argument. So we are comparing two students, that way I have given student here. Is it clear? Yeah, it will take one object. The comparable interface, if we are implementing comparable interface, we should override the compare to method, and the compare to method will take one object as parameter. The object with which we are comparing is student. Now we are comparing two students. Now that's why I have given student here, and its return type is int. Okay, that's all. So it can give positive, negative, or zero. So if I say how we are comparing two students based on their total marks only, we are saying Rahul or Ram is greater than Rahul if his total marks is greater than the other one. If Ram's total marks is greater than Rahul's total marks, then I'm telling Ram is greater than Rahul. So how can I do this? By saying this dot get total minus. So that's why I'm like we are comparing the total, we are checking the total, so we are returning one if the current object total is greater than the object with which you are comparing. Like if you are comparing Ram with Rahul, if Ram total is greater than Rahul's total, then we will say positive number, we will return positive number. That's what we are doing here. Return this dot total get total, that means current object total is greater than Rahul's total, Ram's total greater than Rahul's total. That means current object total greater than this S total with which we are comparing, So we will return positive number. So actually subtraction of two integers like will give positive, negative, or zero. No, if both are same, it will give zero. If one is greater than the other, will give some positive number. So this is you can use this. Instead of this, you can say if this dot total greater than S dot total, return one. Else if this dot total less than S dot total, return minus one. Else if else means both total will be same only, greater than, less than, we have checked the remaining cases equal to case only. At the time you can say return zero, that you can do, or directly you can say return this dot get total minus S dot total, that will work. And toString, yeah, yeah, I think you should see the output for this. But the thing is, like directly if you have found the student, you will print the name of the students. That way I'm returning the name here. Yeah, if you see the output, then it will be clear the test cases, and it will be clear like how to override the toString method. We are just returning the name if it is greater, if you have found the student. If not, you are writing no value found. Okay, now the thing is, you have to write this find student method by yourself. So find student method, what it should do, it should return the student who has scored who has scored the highest marks, but whose total must be also greater than the T. So yeah, did anyone remember the case whether it's greater than or equal to just greater than? I think it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, now for this we have the thing is like here it is taking student list and some total T as input. So you need to process this S list and you need to find that student. So the thing is, in the question also it is mentioned like we should convert it to stream, this S list for easy processing, and then we can apply just filter function. Okay, filter. So So filtering we should do based on the total. So can anyone wants to tell this filter function? Anyone of you? Like what should be written inside the filter function?
We have to write the lambda expression.
Yeah, lambda. Please, can you please tell the
Yeah, we
lambda?
can write t equals to greater than, and t
T,
dot get.
okay.
Not don't use t. Use something x.
Okay, x.
X.
Mhm.
Then put the lambda expression.
Okay, that means arrow.
And
Okay.
x dot
Mm.
get total greater than t. Greater than or equals to, I don't know whether it's equal or
Okay, greater than. We'll take greater than. Okay. Get total. Okay, that is total greater than t. Okay, then you are filtering. That's all, right? Then yeah, then you need to find. Now you have applied the filter. Now you have filtered student whose total is greater than that particular t. Now you want to find the student with the highest marks. How can you do here over the stream? You want to find, you have filtered. Now you want the, out of the filter student, you want the student with the highest total. So how can you do?
we have to sort it, and then we have to take the first.
Yeah, but for the streams, yeah, yeah, I don't know whether sorting is there for streams or not, but definitely there is one function called max and min. Max and min functions are there in the streams, so it finds the maximum and the minimum element of from your stream. Okay, that is there. Yeah, so you can directly apply max function over this. Yeah, max function will take some comparator. It is also like it is also a functional interface only, so you can directly say, you can directly give, it is also lambda expression only, right? You can directly say like compare. So it takes comparator object. Actually this max function will take comparator object. Okay, then so in this way you can give. So this is some comparable is also a functional interface only, right? It is like we have only one method, abstract method, compare to, which we have to implement. That's why we can use lambda here. Lambda, so here we are not doing anything. No, here we are doing some, we are calling this get total function and we are applying greater than t, that thing we are checking. But here just we are calling compare to method. At that time we can use method reference. We can say student is to compare to, this we can do. Or else you can say like, or else you can say this maximum, this has student, no, so I am using s. So s dot compare to method I am calling. Yeah, this also we can do. Yeah, this also we can do, but the thing is like, actually compare to will take one argument, no. Okay, for the, yeah, but the thing is like, yeah, this one is two, I can say this. So we should store this in highest total variable, no. So that should be optional of type student, because it may present student or it cannot. We can, like, it may or may not present any student inside it. So I'm taking highest total inside this. So instead of that, I will just write, instead of writing this complicated thing, we can just write as this is a what, just method difference we can use instead of doing instead of writing the entire lambda, we can use method difference because we are just calling that function. We are not doing anything. No, that's why we can use lambda here, this method difference. Yeah. Okay, now what we are doing in the highest total, this find student should actually print that name of the student. If not, we should print no value found. So in the for this optional, this highest total is of type optional of type student. So you there is one method called if present or else. If the value is present, okay, if present or else, in that you can give function to that. If the value is present, then you can say this, you have to apply this function. If the value is not present, you can say this, you have to apply this function. That means it takes two argument. One is two functions that yeah, that is also lambda. You can give lambda here, that is also like lambda. Yeah, two lambdas you can give. If the value is present, you can ask this the first thing to do. If the value is not present, you can ask the second thing to do. This is like if present or else method, and this is already there in the lecture slides also. We can use this on optional. If the value is present, you can say to apply one function. If the value is not present, if you can say the other, you to apply the other function on this highest total. So yeah. So if the value is present, you are just saying as it is taking one argument, system.out.println of s. S is nothing but student. Highest total is student only, no, of the student only, no. If we are printing the student directly, it should print the name. That's why we are overriding this toString method to print the name of the student. If the value is not present, that when you are when nothing is present in the highest total, no student is present in the highest total, then you are simply saying no value found. That's all this method is doing. Yeah, and you are asked to write only this thing, but you should understand the other thing also. Yeah, is this clear? Or if you have any doubt, you can ask till here. Yeah, any one of you can is this clear or not?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, clear.
Okay.
For the line number 26 which you are discussing, where does the braces start, ma'am?
Line number 26.
Yeah, that one which you are discussing now.
Yeah.
Where does that opening braces start?
This is the function. This is
no,
the
26, ma'am. 26 the one.
Yeah, 26. This is inside this method only. So you can see optional. Yeah. This is inside this method only. Actually, this method find student. So yeah, this thing you cannot get what?
You're having a closing.
ID, the question was for highest total dot, right? That statement.
This
Yeah,
one, no, 26. Yeah, this
you're
is
ending with a
inside
brace.
this.
You're ending with a brace after no value found.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that is
yeah,
for this find student method.
Method only. That is fine for the find student method only. Yeah, this is because you are not getting this inside this.
So where is that matching brace for that ending brace? That's what I.
This matching, yeah, this is for find student only. Okay, you can, yeah, this is for this method. This one, this is matching brace for this find student.
No, not that brace, ma'am. I'm sorry, that bracket, the flower, that other one, ma'am.
This one.
After, yeah, that one. After no value.
Yeah,
found.
this is if this present or else.
Okay. After if present or else only it starts, ma'am. That one.
Yeah, if present or else, it is a function.
After that, it starts and ends after the last. No value.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So if present or else is common for the other second one also, no value found.
Yeah, so if present or else, you can give two functions for if present or else, not two functions, like it takes so you can just see what it takes. So if present or else, it will take some what like two functional interfaces only. For that you can give lambdas here. So the value, if the value is present, you can tell the you can give specific function to do. If the value is not present, you can give other function to do. Like if the value is present, you can ask one thing to do. If the value is not present, you can say other thing to do. That's all. If the value is present, I am just printing the student. If the value is not present, I am saying no value found.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If we run this, it takes actually 4 student objects. So you have to give name and total. Yeah, name. Okay, same name. I can go back now. Just stop. Okay, Rahul. Select 30. And I will say 259. Okay. Ravi, and I will say 340. Rajesh, and 120 something. If I okay, yeah. Now I should give some specific mark to that. No. Okay, I will say 250. I want the students who has scored above 250, and from them I want the student who has scored the highest total. Then your output should be, what should be your output actually?
Ravi.
Ravi. Yeah, you should get Ravi. Okay, this is satisfied. Now I will use the same test cases. Okay, now I will say I want the students who has scored above 350. From them, I want the student highest with the highest total. Now what should it should print?
No value found.
No value found. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, you are given a list. For that list, you are converting it to stream. From that stream, you are filtering those students whose total is greater than that particular T. And from those filtered students, you are finding the student with the highest marks. For that, you should apply the max function. The max function will take what something to come something as what something to compare between the two students. Like, yeah, if you see this, it will tell what it will take. It will take some comparator, something to compare the two students. So yeah, I'm just giving the student is to compare. That means I need to compare both the students by using this compare to method. Yeah, that's all you can do, and you will get the output. Yeah, you should remember this max function. For the max function, if you are applying max function on any stream, yeah, you should give this compare to. Yeah, yeah, I will show this why you should give. I will show this max function for even for doubles also. If you have streams of doubles or stream of integers, you should give. Yeah, if you say just max of, then it won't give any output. Okay, but you should give some method to compare this between the two strings, just showing just simple example. Even for simple integers also you should do this. That's why. Now let us say you have double array. A double array, let's take 20.3, 56. Okay, you have double array. Now how to convert the array to stream? By saying so what max, if you apply max function on this double, if you are using stream, then it will, the return type will be optional of type double. as if you apply max function on the stream. So I will say double D equal to, then you can say, yeah. Now how to convert array to stream? You can say arrays dot stream of, okay, let, yeah, something, okay. Okay, I think stream of,
Nalini, it
stream
is
of
only
air.
stream. It is only stream, I think.
For arrays, no sir. For list,
Oh,
we
okay,
can
okay.
use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stream of, yeah, not remember exactly the function. Is it stream of or ARR dot stream?
It
Yes,
is capital A stream dot stream of, I think. Stream dot stream of.
okay.
Capital A stream.
Okay, okay.
And ধরো একটা মিনিট ক্লাস চলছে একটা, তারও একটা ল্যাবে কিছু দেখাচ্ছে।
Stream.
Can you give just off?
Off. I should remove.
Not
Okay.
stream off. Dot off.
Dot off. Capital OF.
As a small way for capital. Just one minute.
Yeah. Yeah, this. Yeah, this is there in your lecture slides also, like how to convert arrays to stream.
Only that is optional dot off, right?
Okay, I will remove this optional will and will.
No, Nali, can you just put, instead of stream, can you just put optional dot off?
And
you want to create an optional object, right?
No, ma'am. No, I want to convert it. Yeah. I need to convert this array to stream, and then I need to find the maximum of this maximum element, like the element with the highest value. That means I need to apply max function over this.
Yeah, I think you have to continue this dot something you have to give, because return is stream.
Yeah, yes sir. Yeah, return is optional.
Now it will give the correct.
Double. Okay. Optional cannot be. Okay, we'll see this. Yeah, now. Yeah, if you print directly system.out.println of D, okay, we'll see this one, whether this works or not. Sometimes this happens. Yeah, why it is saying, let me open the slides, lecture slides. Okay, week 9 lecture slides. this week 8 only. Yeah, here. So largest and smallest values can be seen using max and min. This thing only. Yes. So we are using the same function, but
Nalini, what was the error?
yeah, just let me open. I think I have used a small. Optional cannot be resolved to type.
So can you just keep it under the optional? What is the problem?
Optional
Okay,
cannot
can
be
you
resolved.
simply do a java.util.star import? Can you just check whether that sounds? Now stream, you can do it, import it separately. Just put it inside import java.util next line and yeah.
Yeah, done.
Okay, now you got like, yeah, you got 82, 89.2. No, the thing is, what I wanted to say is, if you say directly max of, if you do this over the stream, it will give error because max function will take something to compare even between the primitive types. So you have to provide some comparable, something to compare. So this double what object is already, this class has already implemented this comparable interface, and you have this compare to method also implemented. That's why it will work. Yeah, someone is asking some doubt. And the return type of max is optional only. If you try to save it to double, else you will get return type, no? But if you try to save it to double, and if you try to operate, we'll see whether this work or not. It won't work because the return type is of optional is of max is optional of generic type. So yeah, because max function will return optional double, so you cannot assign it to double. That's why you will get error. Yeah, this thing you should keep in mind while using this max function of streams. Okay. Yeah, is it clear? Yeah, okay.
Why is the output not printing only that number 89.2? Before that, it's printing double.
Okay. Optional double, no? You are saying why it is not printing
The number.
yeah, for this simple thing, just let us understand. For the simple thing, okay, if I say optional of type something, of type, let's take optional of type double, x equal to some 12.2, and if I try to print this x, what will we get?
Optional 12.2.
Yeah, if I try to print the X, then we will get optional to. Yeah, this is because I'm trying to understand why optional double X.
No, that is
Yeah.
because so anyone else who has attended the optional live session, you should be able to say this. See, optional is basically a container. It's actually a container to contain this double object. So that's it's kind of showing it as. But so if you're actually writing a double directly, the whatever is there inside the double value that will actually print. But optional actually contains this double object.
Okay.
So I should.
So it's
The
not
container
double
name.
and optional are not like equivalent, right? Optional is like a container.
So
It can
container
actually
name will automatically come, and then the content. So,
sorry?
Now should I typecast it
the
to
output,
optional
that
of type
container
double?
name, the container name will reflect in the output also. We can't avoid it.
Correct. So see, the thing is like when you're saying double, no, it is actually itself is a class as a wrapper class. It has this double in which is instance variable and everything. But optional, why I mean, the very motivation for introducing optional was that we don't want a null pointer exception, right? So any object which is a null should actually be something which is contained inside a container. Even the null should be contained, encapsulated inside a container. That was the idea of optional. So when we print it, that actually reflects in the, I mean, this is how it is done in the, I mean, this is how it is, the two-string method possibly is done in the optional. Just to indicate that it is containing the double class, right? Sorry, the double object.
So now should I need to typecast it to optional? Then will this will this or yeah, how to get rid of this, ma'am? Any idea?
No, that is optional dot off.
Optional dot off. Okay.
Can you try
Okay,
that?
there are some methods.
Yeah.
I think.
Dot
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, there are some methods to create the optional. Oh yeah.
Can you just run this?
Yeah. Yeah, because we can say because the two-string method in the optional is written in such a way might because even for the simple, it's not because of the max function. It's nothing like that. Even the simple option also, it is printing optional of 12.2. No.
Yeah, so what optional dot off is doing is it is actually returning an optional object that is a container for a double. That is what the off method is returning actually.
Okay.
It's not a simple double object it is returning. It's an optional which contains a double. Yeah, so the two-string method must have been overridden this way inside the optional.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, okay then. Yeah, I'm stopping my screen.
So we had few more questions to discuss that we'll discuss the next coding with instructor, possibly next Monday or by some maybe Monday or Wednesday or something. That will inform you. Okay. Okay. Okay then. Thanks everyone. Okay, we'll end the session.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, like I was not there in the start. Like, what was the how to practice the week 9 question?
Sorry, how to?
How to practice the week 9 question? Like, is there
There are
any
only two questions. We have not prepared any graded questions. Just two questions. You can just skim through the live session recording and then you can see like where. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what time instant that is. I mean, it's just happening now, right? So we have to see what time instant is happening. You can take a screenshot or maybe you can just try to understand the question, then go through the explanation.
Okay, there were two questions, right, from week 9.
Questions, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
One was explained by Anand, and the second one, so Anand presented the first, and the second one was presented by Nalini. The third question of Anand, and I think second question by Nalini, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So if you post in Discourse, we'll try to figure out the time instant also if possible. Otherwise, you can just skim through it at 2x speed or something like that.
Okay, ma'am. Like answer was like answer's last question was that, right? Week 9.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. I will find it. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, everyone.
Have there been live sessions for the earlier weeks practice assignments? or is it a new thing which is begun only from week 9? This coding with instructor.
Coding with instructor, we had 2 coding with instructor specifically for OPPE 1. We have 2 coding with instructor sessions for OPPE 2. So the first one was on weeks 1 to 6 programming assignment content. The second, the first 2 coding with instructor sessions was on weeks 1 to 6 programming assignment content.
It's
now
focused on the OPPE.
This is exclusively for the OPPE questions.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. Okay. Bye.